Very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for joining us. You're watching Unmissable and I'm Sneha Koshi. Our deep dive one is just a very sad reality. A very sad reality, a horror that seems to happen year after year after year across the country. This time, it's a lethal negligence that has cost precious lives. This time in Jabalpur as a boat capsized. Horror stories that are emerging of how there were no life jackets that were given, and as the boat started sinking, there were life jackets that were distributed, and in panic, people started snatching it all. Who is supposed to be responsible? We ask the questions that need to be asked. Our deep dive 2, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be an exclusive. We're going to be looking at an exclusive interview with Kapoor family. We're going to be joined by Sanjay Kapoor's sister, Mandira Kapoor Smith. We're going to try and understand the different layers of this, what's at stake for the Kapoor family as they fight a legal battle for the 30,000 crore inheritance. And our deep dive 3, ladies and gentlemen, is decoding the Great Nicobar project. This seems to be first allegations by Rahul Gandhi, followed by very strong counters, a fact sheet by the centre. But what does this mean for India? We look into it. But first, ladies and gentlemen, let's get you the headlines. Election Commission announces repolling for 15 polling booths in Bengal, declares voting in these booths void, voting to take place from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. on May 2nd. Aam Aadmi Party government wins confidence motion. Punjab Assembly amid allegations of coming to the Assembly in an inebriated state. Confidence motion boycotted by the opposition. Speaker had refused to conduct an alcohol test based on the opposition's demand. TVK office set on fire by miscreants near Srirangam ahead of poll results on May 4th. Police probe the incident. UPI completes 10 years since launch, emerges as world's largest real-time payment platform. Tehran sends its latest proposal for negotiations with United States to Pakistani mediators. Ladies and gentlemen, what began as a calm evening on the Narmada turned into a horrific tragedy in Madhya Pradesh's Jabalpur, where a tourist cruise capsized at the Bargi dam, leaving 9 people dead. 28 people have been rescued by SDRF and local teams, while search operations are still continuing. But even as rescue efforts go on, one image has come to define the sheer heartbreak of this disaster. Rescuers recovered the bodies of a mother and her 4-year-old son, locked in a final embrace. The child was strapped into a life jacket, held tightly against his mother's chest. Divers say separating them was extremely difficult. The mother had held on so firmly that even in death, her grip did not loosen. For rescue teams, it was a moment that was both haunting and deeply emotional. And while that image captures the aftermath, the next visuals reveal how passengers, unaware of the tragedy ahead, were enjoying the ride without life jackets. A video recorded just before the cruise capsized in fact, shows tourists enjoying the cool weather and strong breeze. Look at that on your visuals. It's just lovely time, family time, completely unaware of the danger building around them, though there were signs that they were worried. We'll get to that in between. The visuals show passengers soaking in the pleasant conditions, enjoying the wind, singing songs. What is even more shocking is this. None of the passengers were wearing life jackets at the moment. Some of them managed to wear them later, which helped save lives. But another video shows life jackets being distributed only after water had already entered the boat. If you can get that visual, look at those visuals, ladies and gentlemen. This is criminal negligence. This, ladies and gentlemen, is criminal negligence. As the water starts sinking, as the water fills the boat starts sinking, you have a frantic attempt of getting the lifeboats to passengers. Panic set in, chaos followed. People were scrambling and snatching life jackets, and these visuals lay bare glaring lapses showing how a joyride with fatal flaws ended in tragedy. No life jackets worn by passengers. Jackets given only after the crisis began. Boat allegedly overloaded with tourists. Storm warnings ignored by the operator. The vessel became unstable in rough weather. Passengers appealed to return went unheard. The trip continued despite strong winds. Crew ignored repeated pleas to turn back. The boat capsized just 300 meters from the shore. No immediate emergency rescue plan. Safety equipments were not readily available. And remember this was a Madhya Pradesh Tourism Department-operated cruise. Tourists' leisure ride at Bargi Dam on the Narmada was on a 20-year-old boat built in 2006, and the boat was carrying around 43 people, while tickets were issued to only 35 passengers. 24 hours later, action has been taken against only those found responsible for the tragic cruise accident. The services of cruise pilot Mahesh Patel, cruise helper Chote Lal Gond and ticket counter in charge Brijendra have been terminated with immediate effect. Sunil Maravi, the manager of Hotel Maikal Resort Boat Club Bargi, has been suspended for dereliction of duty. A departmental inquiry has been also initiated against regional manager Sanjay Malhotra. No arrests have been made. That's the point we are making, ladies and gentlemen. This is nothing short of criminal negligence. That's the desperate attempt of a mother who must have tried to save a child by getting her child into her own life jacket. One of the most unsafe things to do. Who's responsible for this criminal negligence? For a life jacket that was not worn by either of them, who's responsible for that? But even as action begins, serious questions remain. Questions about how these tragedies are not one-off. They seem to be on a repeat mode. Whether it be Mumbai, whether it be Vadodara, whether it be Malappuram, it just keeps happening. I'm being joined at this point by Naveen Kumar Bhatnagar, former DIG with NDRF, and Subhash Goyal, Chairman, Travel and Tourism Committee, Indian Chamber of Commerce. I'll also be joined shortly by Dr. KG Ramesh, former DG IMD. Thank you very much, all three of you, for joining me. Well, first at this point, Naveen Kumar Bhatnagar, if I can come to you, sir.
Yeah.
Look at what the visuals in front of us, sir. Look at the visuals in front of us. Families enjoying a cruise on the river with nobody wearing life jackets. And then you have the visuals of suddenly life jackets being distributed as water starts flooding the boat. Sir, who's responsible for this?
Yeah, first of all, the vendor is the main culprit, and as well as the staff who was controlling this cruise. He is that staff is also responsible for that, because as per norms, safety norms, and the licensing authority issued the instruction and SOPs, it was clearly mentioned that whenever they will start giving the ticketing, and the safety of the people, they will issue the life jackets to each and every passenger, whether it may be young or children or whatever it may be. The second one, they are required to be kept controlled, and they should be given proper instructions so that people should not feel any panic. So all these instructions were given to the people also. But to me, I came to know that nothing was followed. No life jacket was given to the public or to the passengers. No instructions were given to the passengers. And this cruise was having the capacity of 30 persons as per the approval. But they were carrying more than 40 people, including the children and all these things. As secondly, IMD issued the warning letter for this yellow warning. It means heavy storm, heavy airflow will be there. The water will function accordingly. The heavy storm, so definitely the vessel will go in the haphazard manner and will go out of control. And same thing happened here, and the public tilted from one side to another side, and that is why where maximum people were there. So in that side, right side, this vessel, this cruise tilted and went in the water. That is why this thing happened. So I mean to say that few jackets before sinking this vessel, they were able to give. So anyhow, people use that life jacket, as well as few people who were knowing this thing, so they came out from this danger.
All
But
right.
other people went inside that water.
That's true.
Yeah.
In fact, let me just get Subhash Goyal right now. Subhash Goyal, a question that I want to ask, and if we can get those graphics of the earlier instances that have happened as well. The sad reality of India is life just too cheap. What is stopping us really from ensuring that leisure and family time can be safe? What's stopping us from Mathura to Vadodara to Mumbai to Malappuram? There are cases galore, and we have just picked up cases, say, from possibly largely from just 2 years. And look at the number of cases, sir. What are we really talking about? Again and again, the same lapses, sir.
On paper, we make the rules, but implementation of the rules very, very important.
So who's responsible for implementation, sir?
I think there is a lapse. There should have been, lifeguards, and there should have been people when they are boarding. They should have been given life jackets, and if they were not given, then I think the authorities there should not have allowed the cruise to take place. I have been on hundreds of cruises, and particularly in all foreign countries, without life jacket, even from a small portion of 5 kilometers or 2 kilometers, they don't allow without life jacket. And here, in spite of the warnings, they were not attended to. You see, there is a Inland Vessels Act of 2021, and according to that, I think there is criminal negligence, there is criminal liability, the license of the boat owner has to be cancelled, but also the people from the government who are supposed to monitor this thing have not been monitoring it or have been closing their eyes. Action should also be taken against them.
Absolutely, sir. I mean, let me just ask one question. Naveen Kumar Bhatnagar, if you want to respond to this, let me just welcome Dr. KJ Ramesh. Thank you, sir. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. Very quickly, Naveen Kumar Bhatnagar, if I can ask you this question.
Yeah.
It's been more than 24 hours since this tragedy. No arrests. No arrests at all. There have been some suspensions. no arrests. What does that speak about us as Indians, as the Madhya Pradesh government? How serious are we really about these lives lost?
The inquiry has been given, ordered, and the fact-finding inquiry will come on the basis of that inquiry report. Definitely stern action will be taken, but in the meantime, that owner of that cruise as well as the staff responsible for that was also arrested as a measure, and to create some deterrent, and the action will definitely, stern action will be taken, because to me...
Sir, are you saying the arrest has been done? Because according to me, no arrests have been done.
No, it was done. It was done. Now you get this latest update, because I have the update with me. So it was arrested. Government is very serious about it, especially the CM. He is very
Who has been
about
arrested?
That staff of that particular vessel, this cruise.
Sir,
as well
staff being arrested is, more of a scapegoat. The problem can't start with the staff, sir.
Definitely the owner should be arrested, but
The
it will be
staff
arrested.
is, who is the staff, sir? I mean, it
Staff
cannot be
means,
one-off case where the life jacket was not used and all the
yes.
other cruisers have been using it. It obviously has to be a case where cruise after cruise after cruise, these life jackets were not being used. What's the point of arrest? I mean, I'm not saying don't arrest the staff, but really the problem
and
doesn't
also-
stem from the staff.
And also the police people also responsible for that, who were on the duty to control all these things. It was there in the duty charter, but they have failed, utterly failed to comply with the instructions and the safety of the cruise.
Right.
So definitely. So after this detailed inquiry, the big you will get the information, but it's a very sorry affair that it happened, and definitely very, very sorry affair on the part of the state government as well as the administration also, because
Right.
the licensing authority is the state government. So the safety license or all these things are being given by the state government, and the licensing authority, as I see, is a very old...
And sir, let me just interrupt at this point. I come from Kerala.
Yeah.
Kerala has many of these boat cruises as well. The fact is, state after state after state, unless the governments decide that tourism and leisure cannot come at the cost of safety, these things will happen on the ground. The messaging has to be right from the top. Have fun, enjoy yourself, enjoy whatever you can, do not compromise with safety. If the boat owners, if the staff they knew that there would be consequences and checks of not having the emergency measures in place, of not having an emergency plan in place, of not having the jackets in place, they would have never had the audacity. They would have never had the audacity of allowing so many people on a boat without the jacket. Dr. KJ Ramesh, I want to ask you a question.
Yes, please.
We are being told that according to eyewitnesses, as the storm started getting stronger and the boat started getting very turbulent.
Voice is not there.
I can hear you loud and clear, KJ Ramesh. Can you hear me?
Yeah, now, yes.
All right, sir. So, my question is, even as the storm started getting stronger, the boat obviously started tilting
Wobbling.
and turning around a lot, started tossing a lot. There were people on the boat. There were passengers on the boat who told the staff, let's return. They were not very far from the shore. They could have returned. There were passengers on the boat who got scared and said, let's return. Big tragedy that happened that could be completely
Again, it's cut
averted.
off. Your voice is cut off.
All right, so I think we have some network issue. Subhash Goel, if I can come in. Let me take that question from you, Subhash Goel. Imagine.
I think immediately the Ministry of Shipping and Inland Waterways must do a safety audit of all the inland waterway and there should be, just like at the airports there is an immigration and customs department, even at the seaport there is a security check and everything. So similarly, in all the starting points, there has to be a government control and check. And based on the safety audit, which is the condition of the boats operating, the qualification of the operator, and the implementation of the rules which are there on paper. I mean, the tragedy is that in spite of all the incidents in Vadodara, in Mumbai, and a lot of other places, you see, we still don't wake up. It is a very, very serious issue. Just imagine the person who has lost his mother or child or grandchild. What a tragedy it is for them. Put yourself in their shoes, and how would you feel? So I think the government has to wake up and take strict action. And if anyone is not following the norms, there has to be, a control, and there has to be, lifeboats, and there have to be lifeguards on attendance. Anything happens, they should go with these speed boats and, rescue the people. I think this is a criminal negligence, not only part of the operator, but also on that department of the government,
right,
which were overseeing this.
Absolutely. And I think these questions, the government has to answer these questions.
Yes.
The Chief Minister did go to the site, but really, this cannot be forgotten just few days later. As happens in most cases, there has to be a visible, tangible response, action from the government. It is their moral duty. It is the duty for which they have been elected by the people. KJ Ramesh joins us again. Sir, even as this boat set out, the storm was strong. It was getting stronger. The wind was getting stronger. There was a storm alert in place.
Yes.
How futile was it for the boat operators to have ignored that and still taken people for the cruise?
Yeah, there is no regulatory mechanism, at that level. It is possible because these alerts are sent to District Disaster Management Authority, where District Superintendent of Police and Fire Officer, District Fire Officer get those alert messages. The moment they receive, all these boat operations have to be stopped. Local police have to be informed, and they can ensure that they cannot be having any rides because of the stormy weather warnings issued by the National Weather Service. So it is very simple to regulate it and ensure the compliance, but we are not operating with that kind of principle. No, if priority is the safety of the people, and this can be implemented just like that. Now, no question of missing the alert. District Disaster Management Authorities, our former DG NDRF knows very well about it. So District SP and as well as the District Fire Officer, they receive it. They can call and instruct the police, concerned police station, stop all the boat operations today till the clear weather is announced.
You see, just like there is air traffic
30
control.
seconds more, so I don't have time, so please make your points.
Just like there is air traffic control, there has to be someone on the port.
Very important.
Who's monitoring with binoculars or equipment the movement. And there has to be a wireless.
This was a dam though, dam area. I mean, this is not even a port, sir. This is like a dam area.
Yes,
yes. Unless there is a wireless control with the operator and the tower or the Coast Guard. You see, there has to be a control, and I think a very strong safety audit needs to be done.
Right.
By the government, Ministry of Shipping and Inland Waterways, that no boats should be allowed, and there should be a constant monitoring, and whoever is not monitoring has to also be punished.
Right. We're totally out of time, but here's what I really want to end with, and I want our guests also, I'm sure you would agree with this. Government is responsible, tourism department is responsible, the boat owners are responsible, and so many other stakers, but
regulatory people
sir, let me just finish. But
police.
Families going out on trips like this have an obligation to ensure that they are safe. If they are not given life jackets, you have paid the money to get onto the boat. It's your right to be safe. Ask for that life jackets, because life is too cheap in India. At least that's what these tragedies year after year prove. And it's for you, it's for me to ensure that we and our families are safe. Let's enjoy with family responsibly. Thank you very much, all three of you.
Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much.
Naveen Kumar. Thank you, Subhash Goyal. And thank you, Dr. KJ Ramesh, for joining us. Time for a very short break. On the other side, I'm being joined for an exclusive by Mandira Kapoor Smith, a family member, a sister of Sanjay Kapoor, who's going to be telling us how she looks at what's been happening in the court.
बेबो का एक ही रूल, रोज खाओ अंडे विदाउट भूल।
Cause eggs are cool, cool, cool.